Oh golly, oh gee, folks. It's my favorite time of the month. Tier changes for Scarlet and Violet. Hooray. I apologize about my voice ahead of time, but we're just going to jump into it. So, starting with OU, I'm not going to lie. I'm really pissed off looking at this. This makes me want to punch a wall. I hate Blissey. This thing gives me PTSD to Gen 8. I hate this thing. I don't even know why it's here. It's a horrible Pokemon in my opinion this generation. Like, its only move that runs is Shadow Ball Calm Mind, which that should literally be illegal. So, personally, I'm a hater, and this should not exist. Everything else, so, wow, okay, Donphan goes back to UU. That's pretty cool. Mamoswine's back in UU. That's also pretty cool. Halucha is effectively in UU, but it's basically still UU. Also, Scrotum Wash, Slowking, and Tinkaton all make their way back to UU as well. And, wow, Indeedee Male makes a jump all the way from NU to UU. So I guess PsySpam is back in UU because Halucha's there and Indeedee Male is there. So that's pretty cool. And Ninetales jumps from PU to NU. Oh, man, I never did a lower tier video using Ninetales Sun. I meant to do that. That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, that's all for Rises. And of course we have a ton of drops because the drops that are coming from the DLC release in December, it's still like getting through all the tiers. So I think the biggest one here is the Deoxys speed dropping down to UU, which I think is so funny because everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people when the DLC dropped, they're like, oh my god, dude, Deoxys-S, it's so broken, it's so OP, it's gonna get banned. Like, and now look at it. Yup, down in UU, you silly, dumb, silly idiot. Okay, basically, this is furthering my agenda that people don't know anything about Pokemon, and that's dumb and stupid, and that bans are stupid. Anyway, Excadrill's down in UU. Back again. Good God, my voice, dude. Excadrill's down in UU again. Mr. Skeledirge is down in UU. Moon gets dropped to RU because the Smogon mods are, I don't want to say Nazis, because they're not Nazis, but they're assholes, and so this guy doesn't have Spore anymore, so that doesn't surprise me. Chichino's down to RU, which also doesn't surprise me. I figured it was inevitable. Deoxys defense is also down to RU, which also doesn't really surprise me. I don't feel like it's that good, to be honest, even though it has an incredible defensive build, but, you know. A lot of NU drops. Excuse me again. Oh my gosh, I hate my voice, dude. A lot of NU drops. So, I think the biggest one is Mew is now down in NU, which is crazy to me. Just because it lost all its TMs over the years, which really sucks, but it is what it is. Reggie Drago's in NU. I might have to use that. That could be interesting. Chansey's down in NU. Good. I hate that thing. Yeah, I think that's really it for NU drops that are like, oh my gosh, this is huge. I guess Gyarados in NU is pretty big too, actually. That's a little crazy. NU to PU, nothing too huge. Grafaiai keeps dropping through the tier, so screw that thing. Yeah, that's really all. And then PU to ZU. Honestly, forget that Regigigas is even in the game, but that's really funny. That's down in ZU once again. And then, yeah, the rest of them, that makes... Meganium's finally down in ZU where it belongs. That makes sense. And Primeape's actually down in ZU, which Primeape has Rage Fist, which is, as you guys know, got Annihilate banned to Ubers. So it's interesting seeing it all the way down there. I thought it would have had like some niche in PU or something, you know, but nope, all the way down to ZU. Okay, so that's all for tier changes. Let's go over OU real quick. So top 10, actually, it's been getting a little bit more diluted. So there's no one above 40% usage this time. And Landorus T is finally in the top 10 again. It was about to drop out of Ubers before the DLCs dropped. And now it is, looks like it's once again back on top, which I'm going to be honest. I haven't been playing enough OU to figure out why Landorus is top 10. Because it's lost so much. It lost Toxic. It lost Knockoff. It lost Defog. But yet, here it is. So, yeah, interesting. Volcarona's back in top 10. That doesn't surprise me. They're probably going to come from Volcarona here pretty soon. Golden goes all the way down to number 7, though, which is kind of crazy. Raging Bolt's up to number 3, which looks like Sucker Punch is just like OP this generation with Raging Bolt and King Gambit right there. Other notable things to see. Gliscor's down at 11. Duraludon. Wow, I can't believe I'm struggling to pronounce his name. Duraludon is down to number 23. Of course, it got banned about, halfway? It was about halfway through the month. So it's kind of crazy seeing it at number 23. It probably would have been top 10 if it hadn't gone banned. Also, Iron Treads at number 16 is crazy. But I'm guessing this thing's Iron Treads usage will drop because Iron Treads usage correlated with being it was a complement to Duraludon usage because it was a counter to Duraludon. So I'm guessing this thing's usage is going to take a steep cutoff by next tier shift. I don't know if it'll completely fall out of OU, but I wouldn't be surprised about that either. Let's see what else. Barraskewda's back comfortably in OU. Torkoal is back, not as comfortably in OU, but it's still here. Weavile's a little bit farther from dropping off. As you guys can see, Blissey's at 39. We'll look at its exact percentage numbers in a minute. But here's the crazy 3 bottom feeders. So Heat Trends dropped to UU this gen, so that wouldn't be the biggest deal. But Mr. Iron, I don't even know. Iron, oh my gosh. Wow. I was gonna say it's signature move, but I don't even know that. Dude, whatever future ass Terrakion guy. Yeah, that guy is about to fall out. And Serp is actually about to fall out of OU as well, too, which this one wouldn't surprise me as much. This one would, considering that this guy is so freaking fast, and yet no one's using him for some reason. I'm guessing these two's usage will go up, though, because Duraludon is banned now. So I'm guessing these two will see more usage this month, just because they pretty much got, well, I guess Terrakion guy had close combat for this guy, but that wasn't even a great answer to Duraludon, so we'll see if I bet their usage will go up this month, though. Also, Darkrai without Hypnosis is now down to number 38, which would be absolutely hilarious if it dropped to UU, and I really hope the council is able to swallow its pride and maybe consider reversing their sleep ban decision. But I know they won't because they're douchebags. And before we look at the usage percentages, let's look at the lower tier usage stats. I think the craziest ones to me is Necrozma being at number 3 in Ubers. I just would not have expected that. In Ho at number 6, dude. That's in Calyrex I at number 8. I don't know why. I don't know why this surprise. I don't know who else would fill these voids, but like, I don't know. It's just interesting to me seeing these older, well, this isn't old, and you're not that old either, but you're pretty freaking old. It's interesting seeing them have that high usage rate. Garchomp though in UU had a 50% usage rate, which is actually insane, and it's kind of funny too. I'm also going to be looking at these guys' usage rates, because I'm curious to see, did any of these rise? No. So none of the top 10 Pokemon rose out of their tier. It doesn't look like. I could be mistaken, but that's good because that means there's going to be less. There's going to be less of a void left in these tiers, which is good for them because otherwise, stuff gets screwed up then. But that's good seeing that no one really jumped, So these tiers should be rather stable at least. That's good news. Yeah, Cyclizer is top RU, and Mimikyu's right below it. Interesting. Inu, Flygon as the tier leader with Serena right behind it, which doesn't surprise. I'm guessing I'd be willing to put money that Serena runs triple axles strictly for Flygon, actually. But yeah, that's cool. PU, pretty standard. Hoopa down there, number 6. Wochin is at number 10. Doesn't surprise me. ZU, though, Shaman Hedgehog form. Shad is top of the leaderboard. Shaman Hedgehog form being at ZU is actually hilarious, too, by the way. That's, like, actually crazy. So, usage stat numbers. We kind of already got the numbers for the top 10. They weren't really... Samurott was the last Pokemon in 10% usage rate. So there's 19 Pokemon OU right now with an above 10% usage rate. Right, who missed a cutoff. Deoxys Speed just barely missed a cutoff at 4.488, where the Rise drop cutoff is 4.52. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing got banned from UU. So I'm gonna have to do a video of that as soon as my voice heals, bro. Garganacci almost made a return to OU this tier skip, though, which is interesting. And Iron Moth is almost there, with him still being above 4% usage. Skeledirge and Excadrill were both within 1% of rising to or staying in OU as well. And then top 50 includes Iron Crown at number 49, and then Ribombee, which is still really good as a web setter. We'll see if it sees any more usage as a lead. I'm guessing Ribombee's probably never going to come back to OU, though. It'll just have a OU niche that it fills. Other interesting Pokemon I saw, Garchomp. It was 50% in UU. It's about 2.2% in its former OU tier. Toxapex is just as close to getting back into OU as Hawlucha and Tyranitar, which is kind of crazy to me how far Toxapex has dropped. I doubt it comes back to OU anytime soon, but because Duraludon is gone, I could see it being it's more likely because it didn't have to worry about Electroshock from Duraludon, which kind of destroyed Toxapex, because Toxapexes were usually physically defensive. I'm interested in UU just because I'm a UU enthusiast. So let's see. Hoopa Unbound and Bisharp about made it back into the tier. Rotom Wash barely got back into the tier. Chinchino was the third Pokemon out of UU contention. Manaphy is also making its way back, which Manaphy got banned from RU at the very beginning of the month. Deoxys defense, 3.8% usage. Yeah, Polion might be making a little bit of comeback though. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, that's pretty much the only things I'm super interested in. I think the biggest ones of this, if you want to cliff notes, Deoxys-S. Let's see what happens. Fuck Blissey and bring back Sleep Claws. But what are your thoughts? Leave them down below. What's the biggest tier shift swing in your opinion with any of these rises or drops? Will my voice ever get better? Will I ever start uploading videos again? All great questions to ask. Leave them in the comment section below. And thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.